James Turner for the untouchable true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I wanted to come and sign off on this because I thought out of all the news that came out from the WBC convention about potential fights and rankings and fights being ordered, I felt like this is the most pertinent news, the most important news to share, because it has been reported that the WBC, I just did a live on this. I just did a whole 2-hour live on this whole thing. So go check it out. It's like, just did it. Talked about Boots. Talked about T.O. Them fighting each other. This as well. Go check it out. But the WBC has ruled that the winner of the upcoming fight between Benavidez and David Morrell Jr. will in fact be fighting the winner of Beterbiev-Bivol in their rematch. So I mean, man, what a great thing for the light heavyweight division. I think a lot of boxing fans, there's a lot of boxing fans out there that have been wanting to see Benavidez fight Beterbiev for the longest. This now presents a pathway for that to happen, provided that, of course, and it's a big if, because Morrell is a very hard guy to beat, and Bivol is a very hard guy to beat. So it's not no gimme, but if those two take care of business and beat those guys in tough fights, then we're going to have David Benavidez become potentially Arch Beterbiev mandatory, and it'll be the battle. And I'm gonna call my boy Sean Zattel, because me and Sean Zattel talked about this like 3 months ago, two or 3 months ago, when we were watching boxing at his house one time. We talked about the fact that Benavidez versus Beterbiev, that's not just a fight to see who the best light heavyweight in the world is. That's a battle to see who the baddest motherfucker in boxing is, right? So in a perfect world, that's the scenario I hope plays out. I like to see Benavidez and Beterbiev both come out victorious, because I want to see them fight each other. But obviously, any mix of these guys is great. I think, and I'm hoping that there's no draws in these fights. There's no like whoever wins, whether Morrell beats Benavidez, or Benavidez beats Morrell, or Beterbiev beats Bivol, or Bivol beats Beterbiev. I don't want any. I'm praying for. I don't want any draws. I don't want any controversy that has to warrant another fight or muddy up the waters. No, just whoever wins, I want it to be very, very clear and conclusive, and I want there to be a smooth transition of one guy fighting one guy, and one guy fighting the next guy. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that just makes Benavidez Morrell even more exciting. I mean, it was exciting enough on its own. Two of the most dynamic young fighters in the sport taking each other on. It just feels like one of them old school fights, you know, where two guys don't like each other. They're fighting at the peak of their power, so it's not like we gotta wait all this time for a lot of marination, even though it feels like it was kind of marinated a little bit. But I think it's happening at the right time, and the WBC agrees, which is why the WBC is making this fight for the winner to become the #1 contender for in the mandatory for the winner of Beterbiev-Bivol. So that should give Bivol, or not Bivol, but Morrell. Like, Morrell has been starved out of big fights, probably even more than Benavidez, because Benavidez has been around for a little bit longer. He's got a bigger name than Morrell. David Morrell hasn't been able to get those big fights to push his career forward, right? Now he's getting the Benavidez fight, and if he wins the Benavidez fight, he's gonna get a chance to possibly fight Beterbiev or Bivol. So look how well things are panning out for David Morrell Jr. David Morrell Jr. basically, if he wins one fight, he gets 2 for the price of 1, and you can't beat that. And it's a great testament to in boxing. Like, if you continue to do the right things, if you continue to go on there and kick ass and take names, you eventually get your shot. You get your shot to prove that you are one of those top guys. You are what you say you are. So. And then the last thing, and the last little tidbit, and the last caveat I'll touch on is, if no matter what happens, right? Because we know Benavidez and Morrell, they're at PBC, and we know that Beterbiev and Bivol, they're with Top Rank and whatever, but mainly really Turki Al-Sheikh is the one that's moving the pieces and making that fight happen. No matter what happens, what the outcome is, Turki Al-Sheikh and Al Heyman are going to have to work together to make that fight happen. So that to me is actually the greater storyline in all this. Not so much Beterbiev versus Benavidez or Bivol versus Morrell or Morrell versus Beterbiev or whatever the case, whatever, Benavidez versus Bivol. Like, all that's cool. But to me, the greater story in this is Al Heyman and PBC having to work with Turki Al-Sheikh and vice versa. Turki Al-Sheikh and Riyadh season having to work with Al Heyman. How is that going to work? And when and if that domino falls, does it lead to an inevitable Canelo versus Crawford fight? Because remember, Canelo's with PBC, Crawford's with Turki Al-Sheikh. That's like Crawford's sugar daddy now. He loves Turki. Crawford loves him some Turki. So, that being said, I think this fight might be the greater story in this is not just Al Heyman and Riyadh season working together, but I think if this domino falls, it's a good indicator that Crawford and Canelo is going to happen at some point in 2025. So those are just my thoughts on the matter. There's a lot of things coming out from the WBC convention, so I'll keep my eye on it and continue to cover it. But yeah, make sure you guys continue to rock with True School Sports. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here.
Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.